Continue now with homosexual choice in our personal story segment. With us is Eric Marcus, the author of Is It a Choice? So, can homosexuals change if they want to?
Anyone can change if they want to, but the key here is that we all are born with or develop feelings of attraction at some point early in life. Those feelings are our own, whether we have them for a person of the same gender, the opposite gender, or both. What we choose to do with those feelings is a matter of choice. So, for me, as a gay man, I could choose to engage in heterosexual behavior. For you, as a heterosexual man, you could choose to engage in homosexual behavior. You might not be happy about it, and I might not be happy about it, but we could do it.
What about Ms. Cantu's argument that homosexuality is a destructive lifestyle, that the life expectancy is lower, which is skewed out by AIDS?
Humanity is a dangerous lifestyle. I mean, it's dangerous to be a human being, but you can't take one group and say that gay people in general have the potential to live shorter lives than do heterosexual people.
Well, you can if the health studies show it.
If you engage in risky behavior.
Right.
Yes,
we pointed
absolutely.
out. But I think her point is that, I mean, I reject one thing that she said, and that is that I believe she's trying to impose her morality on someone else. But I do agree with her in the sense that it's a tougher road to be
no
gay.
question that it's a tougher road, but it's also a tougher road to be, well, not as tough today to be Jewish as it once was, but it's a tougher road to be black.
Yeah, but it's a tougher road
to be women.
There's a stigma attached to homosexuality.
But the suggestion that we can somehow, because it's difficult, we should change, or we can change, it's like saying to a woman, well, you're in an abusive relationship with a man, well, you should become a lesbian, it'll be better. It's absurd to suggest that because it's difficult, you will be something else. This is who I am. Those feelings are never going to change.
It may be who you are now, but according to them, and you know, she was a lesbian, what, for 8 years or whatever, and then they have homosexual men. You don't, according to them, if you go over to their way of thinking, you won't be who you are now. So the key is, do you want to stay who you are now, I guess?
Well, I am who I am, and I'm happy. I have to add, I'm happy with who I am. I have no desire to change who I am.
You have no desire to change.
Right.
Now, if a homosexual wanted to change, would you object to that?
Absolutely not.
All right.
If they wanted to change their behavior, but the false promise here is that you're somehow going to change your internal feelings. So somebody who has feelings of attraction for the same gender will still have those feelings, even if they are married in a heterosexual relationship.
But if they sublimate the feelings, or if they decided to go a different way, and you know,
and if their
how people are.
If their spouse is happy,
so you don't have any problem with that?
I don't, except that I know people who have done that sort of thing and have tried sublimating and have gone on to get married and have children, and then realized they couldn't sublimate any longer.
That's
and then
their
you have
problem,
a fallout. Well, but it's the problem of the spouse and of the children also who deal with it.
But I don't think you can make a blanket statement to say it doesn't work. It can work if you wanted to. Now, here's the big thing that I have with the gay movement. I find it I don't care what you guys do or what lesbians do. Doesn't matter in private. But I don't like the fact that there's a segment of the gay population that's in your face. That's in my face, kids' faces, religious people's faces, who don't approve of the lifestyle. You know, Christians have a right to not approve of your lifestyle.
I was on the, first of all, it's not a lifestyle, just as being heterosexual.
All right, whatever
way of life.
Right.
I was on the bus the other day in Manhattan, sitting behind a couple who were a heterosexual couple. They were all over each other, tongues down each other's throats.
I don't think that's right.
Well, that's my feeling as well. I don't think that anyone should be...
But you know as well as I do that there are some militant homosexuals who are pushing, as Ms. Cantu described it, an agenda.
And thank God for them, because if not for people like that, people like me couldn't come along behind them.
I don't believe that. I think a guy as intelligent as you could have made it without those people. And I don't think it's...
Absolutely not.
I don't think, you know...
In 1950, when the first gay and lesbian organizations were started...
It's the same with any civil rights group. I don't think you need somebody dressing up and going out and offending people to make your point. And the last thing is, do you believe it's right to have kids taught about homosexuality when they're 7, 8, 9 years old?
Kids learn about it when they're that age.
Wait, taught about it?
Well, if you're, let's say, for example, if you're in school and you're teaching about families, the kinds of families people have, you don't teach them about sex, but you do teach them that you might teach them that some kids have 2 daddies or 2 mommies. These kids come to school with 2 daddies and 2 mommies, so they ask questions.
Why wouldn't you teach them about dominatrix stuff or
because
other
you wouldn't, because it's inappropriate. It's completely inappropriate. But kids have... There are kids now who have 2 fathers and 2 mothers, and of course you would teach about that sort of thing.
I don't think you should. I think you should in high school, in
it's
certain
way
areas.
too late. Look, I have nephews and a niece.
Yeah.
They have 2 gay uncles. They've been to our commitment ceremony. When they ask questions, what do? You say nothing?
But many children are not emotionally equipped to handle that kind of information.
I think you underestimate
No, I don't think so. And their
my
parents object to it because their parents feel it's wrong for them.
Well, then that's an issue for the individual families. But in my family,
But it's the public school system, see? And that's what they say about gay agenda, and I agree with it. I don't think it should be
I absolutely
put forth.
disagree with you.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what makes America great.
Yes, it does.
Ms. Cantu disagrees with me, and you disagree with me.
That's
Everybody
right.
disagrees
That's right.
with me. Mr. Marcus, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.